roads lead to the Super Bowl. It's a road the Raiders, some of their fans found them surprised to be on. Michael?
Well, Brian, they're starting to move towards the Superdome, and as you look at the Oakland fans, you have to wonder that today may be the last time that they get the chance to see their team play under the banner of the Oakland Raiders, as Al Davis might have his way come February 9th. But there has been some gratification for them. This has been the most exciting, most improbable season ever. A preview of Super Bowl 15 was held last November 23rd when the Eagles hosted the Raiders in Veterans Stadium. Jim Plunkett and his teammates were riding the crest of a 6-game winning streak. Oakland's defense was impressive enough that they held the Eagles to only 10 points, and in particular, the play of Wilbert Montgomery. But offensively was another story. Plunkett had limited success throwing the ball, but he did manage to enforce this 86-yard bomb to Cliff Branch over rookie Roynell Young for the Raiders' only score. Despite the 10-7 loss to Philadelphia, the team regrouped and marched into the playoffs as the AFC wildcard team. Earl Campbell and Kenny Stabler expected to romp, but Lester Hayes had other ideas with this interception. Plunkett burned Houston's defense with this strike to number 22, Arthur Whittington, whose speed was no match for Oiler linebackers. But the game was controlled by a defensive back who just happened to be the AFC's Defensive Player of the Year, Lester Hayes. Here he picks off a Kenny Stabler pass, races 20 yards to seal the victory over Houston. That wild-card victory earned Oakland a trip to the ultra-frigid shores of Lake Erie, Cleveland, Ohio. Wind chill factor at game time 37 below zero, and both the Raiders and the Browns had to operate on a frozen municipal stadium floor. Fullback Mark Van Egan scored both of the Oakland touchdowns, good for a Raider 14-12 lead late in the game. And then perhaps the most climatic play of the playoffs. With just seconds remaining, Ozzie Newsome is open, but Mike Davis steps in front, picks off Ryan Sipes' pass, and Oakland wins and moves on to the AFC Championship in San Diego, where Jim Plunkett had his finest hour. The former Stanford ace hit on 14 of 18 passes and 2 touchdowns, including this deflection into the arms of Raymond Chester, which perhaps characterized the Oakland season as Destiny's darling. Plunkett was masterful in utilizing all of his receivers. Here, running back Kenny King gets the touchdown call. Oakland's defense and Lester Hayes' single coverage on John Jefferson frustrated the Chargers all afternoon long. However, San Diego had a chance to get back in the ballgame when Jefferson worked his way open. However, he couldn't hang on to the ball, and it was the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
This was a big one. This was definitely a big one. We first got into it. Into the playoffs. We were looking at 4 games. So like a whole new season. We wanted to go 4-0. So we're 3-0 so far, and 1 more to go. And this is a big one.
Philadelphia hasn't changed very much since we played them last year. You doing the same things on defense that they did then, and in the passing situations, they come in with 4 down linemen and put on a real good pass rush.
It's going to be very tough against Philadelphia because they put that pressure at the front man line, and they play a 3-man zone a lot, and they play deep. They give you a lot of room in front of them, but they play so far off the ball, so it's going to be real tough to get deep.
On the offensive line, we just got to block a little longer so they can get open. I might have to take a little rope out there to tie those guys up in case it takes longer than I think.
I don't think we're going to be blitzing Philadelphia that much. We're going to play them head up, and just like we did the last game, big physical game, and see who comes out on top.
Yes, we will be physical with Harold Carmichael and company. He's an extremely large individual. He's 6'8", 225 pounds, and the only way we can stop an individual with his dimensions is to bang on him a little bit and be aggressive and play within the limits of the rules of the NFL, but be extremely aggressive against him.
I wouldn't classify it as intimidating him. I would like to just take away some of his weapons, and by doing that is make him know you're around. And you know how important that is and how that can change a quarterback's game plan.
This game here, I think all the psychological advantages you can throw those out the window. The only thing this means is that there's no other games besides this one, and you don't have to worry about getting injured, and you got 6 months to recuperate.
I'm very happy to see a good-looking Polish kid at the controls of a Super Bowl team.
We've seen how the Raiders got here. We'll get to the Eagles side of the coin a bit later. But first, the commercial message, and then Super Sunday Countdown continues right after this.